On Eyewitness this week, we x-ray once again the fallout from the Apapa gridlock as investors rue their losses. Now heading to Badagry via the Mautu Express, think again before you embark on that journey. Join us on this episode as business operators and residents bear their minds. I'm Chris Elems. The non-oil sector, according to a report by the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics, contributed 91.45% to the nation's GDP in the second quarter of 2018. While the service sector played a key role here, same couldn't be said of the manufacturing and agri sectors. Are we set for improvement, or is that feat threatened? Join us.
Cocoa, cashew, sesame seeds are major cash crops in Nigeria and have become significant revenue earners for farmers and exporters. Annual production of cocoa, for example, is put at an average of 230,000 tons, much of which is exported for foreign exchange. In spite of the comparative advantage the country has enjoyed over the years from buyers, the current state of port operations in the country appears to be casting a dark shadow over transactions.
Most of these containers heading towards Apapa are either empty or filled with exportable items which are perishable. It usually will take them 21 days from the warehouse to destination. But right now, for some of them, they've spent over 28 days just waiting to get to the port, and the goods are wasting away.
A recent report indicates that in the Apapa gridlock, there are about 30,000 tons of cocoa stranded, with a value in excess of 2.1 billion naira. While the exporters continue to fear the worst is yet to happen, the drivers have turned the hard pavement to their beds and the streets their homes.
This is not the first time that I will use 2-3 months before this second grid. To show the story, many of us here, who are here doesn't see our family again. I, as a person, my second son and my third son have to came here yesterday and collect their school fees, simply because I have no opportunity to reach out. For my wife own, me and her don't see, we never see more than 5 or 6 months ago.
We beg government or federal make it help us so, because soldiers can't they sit us too much. How much will they see? This work now, some people where they collect money, I get for 30,000 naira. So the person will spend like 3 weeks for line now. Don't chop money finish now. And then we know they see our family. We know they see anybody. See me as I be now. So I beg help us beg governor, I beg president, anybody make come help us so. Soldier can't they beat anybody, we can't they beat trailer drivers like animal.
The chaotic situation created by the gridlock, according to this exporter, is now being exploited by shipping companies without holding bays, security personnel, government agencies, and lots more.
Before you just came in, we had 2 of our containers that could not sail since February. And we wrote a letter to APMT and the Submarine, and they promised that they are going to see what they can do about it. We did an inspection. The cashew is already has grown, has become trees inside the containers. The cocoa is spoiled. It's now about 25% TD. Cocoa that left this warehouse at less than 5% TD. TD means the total mood. So it's destroyed completely. It's not good for consumption again. And that is, mine is just one out of so many people that are having a lot of trouble with the port. If you want your vehicle to go on the one way, you pay 25,000 per container. So, and they have a common purse. All the uniform men, they collect the money and share. Something has brought them together, whether you are Navy or police or everybody, custom, all of them. They collect the money. They have civilians who collect the money on their behalf, and they share. Then once you give them the paper, you'll be able to pass one way. Then maybe you get there in 30 days instead of 45 days. Today, if you go along Apapa Road, you will see people in the night. It's a night business now. It's terrible. So it is a problem that has started a long time ago. If you want to be very fair, there have been a serious infrastructural deficiencies in this country in the last 20 years. The roads are bad. We cannot shy away from that fact.
However, the security agencies absolve themselves of any form of wrongdoing.
There might be some other, areas where people try to abuse the arrangement. And it is not only the responsibility of the security agencies personnel that are on the road. The drivers themselves, the tanker operators, the truck operators and all these people, they induce these people to collect money because they are in a competition and they try to outdo themselves, so that they get some advantage. These are things that we speak against, we cancel them against, we discourage, and we encourage them to help that we identify those who are forcefully trying to extort money from them. They have never come out with any credible, complaint in terms of, I've shown them the way. So even if they are dealing with one person, one of you, the rest that are in their vehicle, you can snap, you can video. And we put, now I say it's a multi-agency, we have SSS on this task force now. They don't man the road, they just go around. They mix with the general public and they observe. And I've not had any negative report as to the doings or the activities of those that we put on the road. So you keep hearing all these things, but there's no solid evidence for us to, hold on. You can't begin to try somebody where there are no facts, to prove that the person is guilty. And the situation that is also on the road now is because of certain challenges. It is when these people become desperate. Maybe they stay in a place for a long while and there's no good prospect that they will be moving in any time soon. You see that they become agitated and anxious and they try to see how they can help themselves, Why we are slow like that, despite what we have done so far, because if you go to that tin can now, trucks used to mass up everywhere. You see them, covering every available space. But now they are arranged.